Scaling your brand might be a waste of time for some people. We see everyone trying to grow so hard, trying to bring more employees, more customers, open a second location, do a revamp of the business, doing something different related. And that might be a waste of time. And I'm going to teach you about it, why some people are not that interested in growing their brand. And they want to stay small. They want to grow their lifestyle business, and that's all they need. Anti-growth brands are optimized for having a better lifestyle, to having a deeper connection with your community. You are more focused on profit, quality, and what's the control of things. And what that means is that you have the opportunity to be very intentional about what you're building. You see the difference already when you go to your local farmer's market or when you go to a small design shop and you see the design and the intentionality of each thing. How everything is so well thought, everyone think about it and they say, hey, I'm going to dedicate my life to make the best notebook possible. And that's an example of Eugene Monk, a brand I love, that they have the right size, in my opinion, of a business, and they make beautiful products. All of their products looks amazing. Every time they produce content, looks amazing. So everything is so intentional, so well thought, and it is not just for the mean of building bigger things. I am Jose Pablo Dominguez. I am the founder of ATLA branding agency. I spend the day reviewing all the proposals from my team, deciding what's work, what doesn't work, and helping that to make our clients look better, but not only to look better, so that their brand have a deeper strategy, have a very well thought concept behind them. And it is not only about if we go with the blue bag or the white bag. It is more about like which one is the correct one, which one is going to connect better with our consumers, and which one is going to be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, be the most functional one for us, right? So it's not always about like, okay, let's do the most beautiful thing and that's it. It is to think about what is a timeless piece of brand we can build. And sometimes it's thinking about a timeless logo, sometimes it's thinking about a timeless merch part, packaging, whatever, right? That's my focus. That's what I do in the agency. And let's talk a little bit about these brands that are not intended to grow to be the biggest brands in the world, but they are intended to be, and the brands that people can connect the most. So many people, when they start their business, they are imagining their P&L with millions of dollars entering the business, having 25 employees by the first year, opening their headquarters, and it shouldn't be that. That's just an idea of fast scaling business that is not for everyone. Don't put pressure on yourself to say, hey, by tomorrow I'm launching my coffee brand and I need 25 employees. Take a deep breath and think about it. Like, what are the things I want to build with this coffee brand? What are the things I want to build and what's important for me and for my community? And that's the first part of building a timeless brand that people will remember, that people want to consume, and that people want to stay with you. Because the other way, you just become a big corporate business that no one is going to care about. But then, if you build a story about what you're building and you have a lovely storytelling about your business and about how you grow it, that's a big difference. People will connect with you. People will see how well-intentioned you are, and you are going to enjoy the process way more that way than trying to get as much money as possible at the beginning and grow, and that's it. Everyone can grow as they want, but we're talking about the focus of growing slowly and more intentional. The only thing you'll get as a founder in those first years is going to be chaos. You're going to have chaotic operations. You're going to have a stress team. You're going to decline the craft that you're doing, and you are going to betray yourself because you are not going to take care anymore of your product. You are not going to be taking care of your community. You are not going to be taking care of your employees. And that's where you lose. If you stop caring about what you're giving them, that's where you're going to lose the game and no one is going to care about you. Here's the first part of it, and I'll go deeper into the framework after this. Constraint as a strategy is something beautiful, and it's something that is going to help us a lot. If you have intentional limits as a design choice, it's going to change everything. Constraint as a strategy is something beautiful because if we set up intentional limits or what are the things we want to accomplish, and what are the things we do not want to accomplish, it's so meaningful when you're building the brand. So when you're building a brand, imagine everything lives inside this square brand. And you have to set up and think about what are the things you want to accomplish at the beginning. Maybe it's influencers. Maybe it's grow on Instagram. Maybe it's doing videos. And maybe it's doing some PR things, right? And you have those things as your constraint. And then in the future, you can have a second layers of things you can say, okay, once I accomplish this, I'll jump into the next one. I'll jump into doing pop-up events. I'll jump into doing, I don't know, hiring a bigger team, like whatever, right? You have to see those layers as your growth platform. And you need to focus on your first part. Because if you grow trying to cover everything, you're going to suffocate yourself and it is not possible. So the framework is very simple. I divide it in 4 things that are so easy to follow. Your business should be a fixed size container that optimize, not that stretch. And those 4 things are capacity caps, define how much are you able to do, then control your demand, make sure you have a waitlist, make sure you have people coming in, but also don't overpromise. Having the longest waitlist in the world is useful, but no one wants to be waiting for your product for 5 years. Then have a very defined discipline around your product alignment. How many products are you going to have? Am I going to have 3 for the first years and then I'm going to grow because I'm expanding? Just make sure you have a plan of how many products you have. You don't need to have your full line by tomorrow. What you need is to have a plan of saying, I'll have product 1, product 2, product 3. And once people are in love with those 3, I might launch product 4 and product 5. And this is very important that you wait because you want to hear what these people are telling you. Once you know what those people are telling you, you'll decide if you build 4 and 5 or maybe you build 6 and 7. So take it easy in that way. And then be pretty smart. This is the 4-1 part of the framework. Be pretty smart about your pricing strategy. Having a very defined pricing strategy is key for long-term growth, and you have to be in mind of that. So the first thing you want to deploy is to standardize what's your release cadence. And what I mean by this is how often are you going to do things? How often are you going to release products? How often are you going to release content? How often are you going to hire new people? How often are you going to shift things? And you have to be very conscious about that. Set up your cadence, set up what's possible for you, and then keep growing with that same rhythm, right? And for me, this one is the most important one when you are growing. And that's been very important for me right now, especially over this last year that the agency, we have grown in a way that I wasn't expecting, and we are still growing, and I want to keep growing for sure. But how many projects can we take? How many hours can we give to each client? How many clients I'm visiting, right? And that's something I need to have limits, because the most important thing here is that it's something that is non-negotiable. This is something you can negotiate. This is a non-negotiable for you, is the quality of what you are doing. So for example, let's think about local businesses, right? We have a bakery shop, and they have their key offerings that might be 3 products, 1, 2, and 3, and they have that offering across the whole week. And that's it. You have a limited amount of how many breads you have. Because if you go big, then you'll have more bread for the next day, and you're going to serve the not so fresh bread to some customers, and they won't come back. And then something beautiful to do is maybe you have 1, 2, and 3 during the weekdays, and then on the weekend you might add like a 4th or 5th product that it's very unique only for the weekend, and you can ask for a waitlist to get more clients to it or whatever, right? In our case is how many clients can we take at the same time. But if we see a clothing brand, for example, you can work and clothing brands, especially new clothing brands, those founders are so accelerated to grow. They say, hey, I have my fashion brand. I have all these products. I have all of these ideas. I want to be in so many stores. I want to open my own stores. I want to grow my Shopify site. Dude, take it easy. It's huge what you are building. And the fashion business gives you the ability to do this and gives you wings if you do this. Only do micro drops of product. You have one product this month, maybe drop 25 t-shirts. Next month, maybe drop 50 t-shirts, 2 different versions. But no rush. Scarcity is one of the values that you have to teach your customers. If your values connect with the way you do scarcity, you're going to accomplish great things. So what is the risk of building this? And what are the risks when you're trying this? So the risk here is, there are 3 risks that are very important and you really have to think about them and you have to plan around them. The first one is when your price goes up. You decide that you need an extra income, and instead of planning that and saying, okay, we are going to grow a little, you just say, hey, my $25 pen now is $50 pen. People will kill you if you do that. No one is going to believe you. No one is going to trust you. And that's going to be a waste of your time and a waste of a strategy. You cannot do price hikes one day after another. The second one that I think is extremely important, I just talked about this, is the artificial scarcity. Scarcity is very important, but you have to demonstrate that it's true. For example, let's think about a coffee farm. If I sell a specialty coffee and I say, hey, this month I only have 25 kilos to sell you, and next month I say, hey, now I have 100 kilos to sell you, and next month I have 1,000 kilos to sell you, everyone is going to realize that your scarcity is fake. So keep it low, stay consistent about the scarcity. Stay at 25, 25, 25, and then you can be slowly growing if it's served. You don't need to grow it, don't grow it, and keep the scarcity as real as possible. Do not fake scarcity. And the last one is hiding gaps, occulting people, not telling people what's next, not guiding people across your progress. If you share with people all of the things you're doing, the craft that you are putting into your work, where are you sourcing your materials, if you give that visibility, people will love that. But if you don't, people are going to start to be suspicious about it. What are some of the objections we hear when I propose this strategy to my clients? Is that we'll lose momentum. And I think that's not true. You won't lose momentum if you stop growing like crazy. Momentum gives you a clear view of how you're doing, where are you going, but momentum is in the margins. It's not in the vanity volume of saying, hey, I'm selling thousands and thousands of products. It is more on the margin. Make sure that your momentum is around that and not about vanity numbers. The second one is I'm not offering anything to my team. They're going to get bored if this is our strategy. They won't. Like some people will get bored and they'll want to leave and work for someone else that is growing faster or maybe in a startup. But if you hire the right people that understand what is your craft to their products, what is the intention of what you're building, those will stay with you and you have to trust them. And the other one will say customers will leave. Customers won't leave you for that. Customers will love you if you are intentional, if you do things slowly. So don't be afraid. And the ones that leave, it's okay, because the ones that stay are the most reliable clients. So let's finish up this with an action plan for the week for you that you can implement. Number 1, you are gonna set your weekly capacity. How much can you do every single week? How much can you do every month? And that is gonna define your capacity of work. Number 2, you are gonna define your product offering. Define how many products you're gonna have and which ones are you gonna launch after, right? As we talked, maybe you have 1, 2, and 3, and then you decide to go for 6 and 7, whatever, right? Adjust your pricing. Think about how do you wanna approach pricing in the future, right? How am I going to scale my business while I try to remain consistent with pricing? Is of course valid to increase your price. You don't have to be like Costco's hot dog that you remain with the same price forever or whatever. Just be conscious about how do you want to increase it and for how much and when and how often, right? And lastly, number 4, launch a waitlist. Plan of something you're about to launch. Maybe it's an offering, maybe it's a new product, maybe it's a live thing, whatever. But start a waitlist. Starting waitlist, it is one of the more powerful business things you can do. There is even a book about it from Daniel something, I forgot his name. I'll put it right here. But it's a beautiful book about the importance of building waitlist and how that is gonna give you leverage for the future, right? So that's it for today. Be sure you stay small on purpose. Stay small, be attached to your ideals, be attached to your product, and be proud of what you're building. You don't have to be the biggest company in the world by tomorrow. You just have to be the one giving the best product out there and making sure you're creating profit and that you're in peace with your business. So if this video was helpful in any way, if you want to make fun of me, if you want to share it with your friends, if you want to help me grow, please share this video. If you want to keep seeing what I'm building, please subscribe. You can also check my Substack. You can also check my Instagram, that I'm posting some things over there. And thank you everyone for watching.